True strength isn't about size, it's about how much you're willing to fight for what you love. This story will open your eyes. On the quiet edge of a small village, where green fields touched the beginning of a great forest, there lived a little sparrow. She was tiny, so tiny that even the gentle breeze could push her off balance. Her feathers were soft brown, simple compared to the bright peacock's colors or the eagle's grand wings. To the world, she looked ordinary, weak, unimportant. But inside her small chest lived a heart braver than most could imagine. Every morning, she greeted the rising sun with a cheerful chirp. She would fly around the forest, collecting twigs and dry leaves, building her nest piece by piece. It wasn't large or fancy, but it was her home, warm, safe, and built with love. And inside it rested 3 small eggs, each one a dream she protected dearly. One hot afternoon, something unusual happened. The wind, normally soft and whispering, began to roar. Dark clouds gathered above the forest like an army preparing for battle. The sparrow sensed danger. The forest grew darker, the air heavier, and then the storm came. The sky cracked with thunder. Rain fell in heavy sheets. Trees shook violently as if they were trying to uproot themselves and run. Nests, which had taken weeks to build, were tossed around like dry leaves. Birds screamed and flew in panic, searching for safety. The sparrow held on to her nest with her tiny claws, struggling against the strong wind, but she was too small. The storm was too powerful. With a loud crack, the branch holding her nest snapped and the nest tumbled to the ground. The sparrow could do nothing but watch helplessly as her 3 precious eggs rolled into the muddy earth. Her heart froze. Ignoring the storm's rage, she flew down. Rain slapped her wings, mud splashed onto her feathers, and the cold wind stung her eyes, but all she cared about were the eggs. She reached them and examined them with trembling wings. 2 eggs were cracked, broken beyond saving. Her tiny heart broke with them, but 1 egg, just one, was still whole, a single drop of hope in the middle of destruction. She pressed her beak gently against it and whispered, "I will protect you, no matter what." But the storm was far from over. Rain poured even harder. Water flowed through the forest floor like small rivers, threatening to sweep the egg away. Many birds flew past her, shouting that she should leave and save herself before the flood grew stronger. Even the larger birds who had powerful wings didn't dare stay. But the sparrow didn't move. The egg needed her, and she would not abandon it. She tried to lift it with her beak, but it was too heavy. She pushed it, but the mud made it slip. Again and again she tried. Each attempt left her weaker. Her wings shivered from the cold. Her feathers stuck to her body like wet cloth. Her small legs sank into the mud. A crow, sitting on a branch nearby, laughed loudly, shouting above the thunder, "Little sparrow, you are foolish! That egg is too heavy for you. Save yourself before the storm washes you away." But the sparrow paid no attention. Mockery could not break a heart full of love. She took a deep breath and thought, if she couldn't lift the egg, then she needed to protect it where it lay. So, with her tiny claws, she began digging a small hole in the muddy ground, just deep enough to hold the egg safely. The mud stung her claws, but she didn't stop. Once the hole was ready, she gently rolled the egg into it. Then she flew, dragging her tired wings through the rain, searching for dry grass, leaves, and twigs, anything to place over the egg and shield it from the flood. Every piece of grass she carried felt heavier than the last. Every flight took more strength than she had, but she did not quit. The crow watched her with disbelief. "You can't possibly do this all night," he shouted. But she did. All night she worked. Her body trembled with exhaustion. Several times she collapsed beside the egg, gasping for breath. But every time she fell, she rose again. Her heart refused to give up, even when her wings begged for rest. Slowly, carefully, lovingly, she covered the egg completely, building a tiny shelter around it out of whatever she could find. She curled beside it, her small body blocking the cold wind, her feathers soaked, but her spirit burning bright. At last, morning came. The storm finally calmed. Sunlight pushed through the clouds, lighting up the wet forest. Birds emerged slowly, many crying over their lost nests and eggs. The destruction was heavy everywhere, but when the sparrow uncovered the small shelter she built, the egg was safe, dry, warm, and untouched by the flood. She sat beside it, exhausted but peaceful. Her tiny face carried a tired smile. She did not save all 3 eggs, but she had saved the one she could, and she had saved it with everything she had. Days passed. The forest healed, the sun returned, and one bright morning, the egg began to crack. The sparrow held her breath as the small shell opened. A tiny baby sparrow peeked out, fragile, weak, but alive. The crow, who had laughed at her, now stood in silence. Other birds gathered around, stunned. They whispered among themselves, amazed that such a small, simple sparrow had accomplished what even the stronger birds could not. Then an old, wise owl landed nearby and spoke in a calm, deep voice. Strength is not measured by size or power. It is measured by the heart, and the heart that refuses to give up can survive even the fiercest storms. The little sparrow became a symbol of courage throughout the forest, a reminder that even the smallest creature can protect a dream if it has enough faith and determination. And so, this story teaches us, our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. No matter how small, weak, or ordinary you feel, never give up. True strength lies in patience, persistence, and courage. Even the smallest efforts repeated with faith can protect dreams and create miracles.